A very good morning to you once again, Sam. Well, it's an absolute scorcher, I can tell you that. The sun blazing up in the sky, but it doesn't seem to have deterred ANC faithfuls who continue to come in their numbers, and they are starting slowly, but they are starting to fill some seats in the stadium there. You're quite correct, Sam. I'm joined by the president of the ANC Youth League, Mr. Collen Maine, and the reason why he's here is because it's young and old who have come through today. So let's speak about the role of young people in the January 8th statement and in the ANC at large. A very good morning to you, sir. It's always a pleasure to have you with us. Welcome.
Morning, and morning to the viewers at home.
Talk to me about the significance of young people in compiling the January 8th statement and also in the ANC 104th birthday celebrations.
It's important for young people to be here first and foremost. Secondly, is that the youth league leaders or members who are the future leaders of the ANC. So we always have to be here, mobilize, make sure that the stadium is packed to capacity. So that as we celebrate the 104th year of the ANC, who are all here. But what is most important is what we want to hear from the president. The issues that affect young people. You would know that last year there was an issue about free education. We expect the president of the ANC to touch on that and clarify the nation on what the Freedom Charter says about free education, because there's been misrepresentation of what the Freedom Charter says about free education. But most importantly is also to deal with the land issue. 22 years into democracy, our people are still faced with the problem of the land that is dispossessed from them. So we would expect the president to deal with that. Lastly, the youth is expecting the president to talk about racism that is beginning to raise its ugly head in South Africa. And we would want to call on all racists, whether black and white, to desist from those tendencies, because we don't want to be taken back as a country where we come from. People must remember that during the CODESA, there were a number of compromises that were arrived at, which became to be known in the Sunset Clause. Now, we don't want the situation where people are saying, let's revisit and relook at that, because it will lead to a very bad situation in the country, and where other people will have to be pushed out of the country because of where we come from, our history. So at the Youth League, we're calling everybody to respect and accept that we are living in a new South Africa, and there's a new dispensation. We must live together.
I'm glad, sorry to interrupt you. I'm glad you touched on what you expect to hear from the president, because that was going to be my next question. But what I want to know is what your action plan is as the Youth League. Over the last 12 months, what have you done that you can say, we have done A, B, and C to further the cause of young people regarding what you've spoken now, and also looking forward now, your own little plan in place. It may not be little, I beg your pardon, but your plan that you plan to put in place, action plan and action points for the ANC Youth League.
Well, people must understand that January 8th statement is a line of march for all of us in the ANC. What the president of the ANC is going to say today will then help all of us, structures of the ANC, develop a program to deal with the issues that the president has said. So we have been in office for 4 months. When we got in, we were challenged with fish must fall, which we did talk to the president of the ANC, who listened to us, and we scrapped the increasement of fees. And we've got our own program that talks to issues of youth development, which everybody can access now in our website to say, where do we think the country's youth must go to?
We'll have to leave it there. Thank you so much for that update. Collen Maine is the president of the ANC Youth League, just giving us some action points on what he expects to do as a league. They'll be waiting for the president to give that clarion call, that marching order for the year ahead, and they will find where they fit into that plan, and they will then follow through and try and implement. All right, it is absolutely hot. Let's take a quick ad break, and when we come back, it will be time for us to say goodbye to our SABC 2 viewers. Until then, see you in just a moment.